Hey, welcome back to another episode of Encounters with Darkness. I am your host, Ashley Greathouse, and this episode is sponsored by award-winning author Lori Yaney. Thank you so much. I mean, it seriously means a lot. Like, an award-winning author is sponsoring Little Old Me's podcast. I'm just floored by this, okay? You need to go check out all of her links, like, subscribe, buy all of her books. I mean, do it now. She's award-winning for a reason. Now, we're going to jump on into this episode. And as you can probably hear, Kiba, yeah, he's here with me. You want to come say hello, Kiba? Say hello to everybody. Hello, everybody. He's more concerned with me. I'm sorry. He loves me more. I can't help it. It's because I buy him food. All right. Thank you. So, now that he is just willing me all around the room and trying to smack me in the face, what is your problem? All right. This episode is kind of to get you in the mood for Valentine's Day. Now, if you don't celebrate it, then don't worry. Don't worry your pretty little heart right out. Because you'll understand why that's kind of the theme of today's episode in just a moment. All right, moments here. So when I was, and I'm not going to say what age I was, I will just let you know that I was still living with my mother. I had a boyfriend. That's right. Whatever age I was, Ashley had a boyfriend. And I had just bought something special for Valentine's Day. Something that I would wear. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So, just bought it. Didn't want my mom to know about it. So I hid it. Now, the funny thing is we all know that I hate dolls. I hate them. And my grandmother, I'm sorry if you're watching this, Mama, but she would buy me dolls every Christmas, birthday, whatever. She was like really into porcelain dolls and thought that I would be really into them as well. And I'm not. No, they're freaky. They're all possessed by Satan himself. No, have you ever wondered what happens when a wasp dies? Yeah, because I hate those too. Well, their soul goes into a doll, okay? That's what happens. Don't fact check me. Just believe me, okay? That is exactly what happens. Now, it's not quite Valentine's Day yet in real life and in my story. And I had a friend come over, a girlfriend. Yeah. She had never been to my house before. We actually had just started to be friends. And I had not told anybody about my recent purchase and hiding or where I hid it. Didn't tell anybody. Now, what made me really interested about this friend was that she said she could talk to the dead. We all know how I am like a little bit obsessed with the paranormal. Why else would I have this podcast going on? Right? Okay. So we're on the same page with this. So naturally, I'm like, wow, we need to hang out more. Like, I want to know everything that there is to know about you and your ability. So we get to my house, and I mean, honestly, I don't remember if this conversation started in the car on the way to my house or if it started at my house. But that's really aside the point. Just know that this girl had never been to my house. We just started being friends, okay? And she'd never been to my house. All right? Like, ever. So we're talking. And I'm like, so who, do you just like call on dead people or do they just show up to you? Like, is there anyone that you can talk to? She said, well, sometimes, the spirits, there's my cat, the spirits, they come to me, but I can try to contact one. Do you have like someone in particular that you would like to speak with? And if you remember from episode 1, my first encounter was with my great great grandfather, Papa B. And yeah, he scared me. Even though I loved him so much, he still scared me after he died. But I miss, still to this day, I miss my Papa B. Like, we had a relationship that I have never had again with any family member. I miss him a lot. So I was like, yeah, I want to talk to my Papa B. She said, okay. And then she said, okay, he's here with us. And he has a question for you. And I'm like, yes. He wants to know what's under your bed. All right, time out. I had not left this girl alone in my bedroom at all. What is she talking about? I have an idea of what she's talking about, but I want to know what she's talking about. So I'm very intrigued at this point, and I'm like, what? Also playing dumb, embarrassed. My face was probably a million different shades of red. And she knows exactly what my Papa B is talking about to her, and she's just kind of playing along at this point. This is the one encounter that I wish that I could come up with some type of logical explanation for any of this, but I don't have one. Long story short, my Papa B wanted to know, as I get all kinds of tongue-tied over here, what was in the doll box under my bed. What? What? Okay, so you thought the whole doll conversation was just me being like super random? No, okay? My mom put all my dolls up. I don't know where she put them. Like maybe in her room. I don't know. She put them somewhere, but I kept all the fancy little boxes. And I'm aware I probably have shared this story before, but it's almost Valentine's Day, okay? And this is like my Valentine's Day story. And yeah, so I'm telling it. All right? All right. Cool. Kept all of my doll boxes because they're super fancy and they come in handy. And one of those doll boxes is where I had stashed the items that I had bought for Valentine's Day to wear for my boyfriend. And my Papa B, from beyond the grave, straight called me out on that. So I leave you with this. If there is an afterlife, and if our family members that pass on goes to said afterlife, and they have the ability to still watch over you, make sure what you're allowing them to see is decent. Someone's always watching you. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. Thank you for tuning in on this week's episode of Encounters with Darkness. And a huge another shout out to Miss Lori for sponsoring this. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry if this is not the content that you would like to be sponsored on, but nonetheless, I appreciate you. All right. I love you all. Happy Valentine's Day. Stay creepy. Wash your hands. Prevent the flu. All right. Bye.